What's up, fight fans? Joining me on the Cage Side Press social media platforms is former Bellator contender and current PFL middleweight, Dalton Rosta. Dalton, thanks for joining me and taking time to talk. How are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. We've got some exciting news. The 2025 PFL tournament, the middleweight division is coming back. You were a former Bellator fighter, and this is going to be, your first tournament. How excited are you to compete for $500,000?
I mean, it's going to be more than that with all my fight winnings too. So I'm super excited.
And then, recently we saw you pick up a big win over at Norbert Novigneni Jr. That was back in June. Did you learn anything about yourself in that performance? And what is the last 8 months for you look like?
I mean, I didn't learn anything about myself that I didn't already know. I had to dig deep for that one. I knew I was able to do it. I got hurt in the last round with an elbow to the back of the head. Illegal shot, but I can't control it. I can't control whether the ref sees it or not. I can't control if I get a break. So there was a point in there where I got hit with an illegal shot. And if you go back and you actually look, it was on one of the breaks. After he got a takedown on me, I was like peeling away. And as soon as I turned into him, he caught me with it. It happened twice, actually. So I can't control that. I just had to fight through it. It happened. The ref wasn't going to give me a break if he didn't see it. And I had to fight through it, and ended up in some bad spots, but I was able to survive and then come out there with the win. So,
yeah, it was a really gritty performance and a competitive matchup. But on the other side of things in your personal life, I saw that you were working out with Pittsburgh Steeler James Harrison, former great over there. Do you still lift with him, and what's that experience like?
Yeah, whenever I'm home, he's one of my boys. We're friends. We keep in contact. So whenever I'm back in Pittsburgh, I try to get a workout in with him every single time I'm home. But I live in Florida. So, I don't get to see him often. I don't get to go back there often. But whenever I do, I get a little bit of extra time. I go back.
Yeah, people really talk about like how much he lifts in the gym and stuff like that. He's getting up there in age. What's he putting up still?
It's stupid, bro. It's so stupid because I consider myself, and a lot of other people that have lifted with me consider myself a strong guy, especially for my weight. And he's bigger than me. I walk around like 215, 220 sometimes, but he's probably about like 260, 270. And with a 40 to 50 pound weight difference, you would expect some gap, but the gap in our strength is ridiculous. I remember the one time we were doing military press behind the head, and I think I was doing like 205. We were doing like 6 reps of like 6 to 8. So I was doing like 205 for like 8 reps. And I was thinking to myself that it was probably going to be, he was probably going to end up doing like 275, or maybe I'd just throw another 25 on top of the 35 I had after the 45. I had to completely take the 35s off each side and throw 2 more 45s on. This dude was doing 315 behind the head, fucking military press, bro.
That's crazy.
Ridiculous, dude.
That's insane. But this is going to be your first tournament in your professional career. What do you make of that? It's only 3 wins to get out of the tournament and, be the champion. What do you make of the tournament format?
I love it, man. I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited, and I can't wait. April's right around the corner. We're about 8 weeks away now, and then going to be fighting again in June, then in August. So it's like every 8 weeks, and, I'm super excited. I'm happy that I'm going to get to actually be active and be able to get 3 fights in a year, possibly 4. Who knows what they're doing at the end of the year? But, that's kind of conjecture and just assumptions right now. But guaranteed 3. You win, you get 3.
So the guaranteed activity of the tournament, that was something that really appealed to you?
Yes, 100%.
And, you've got good teammates over there at AT&T Florida, one of them being Johnny Eblen, the Bellator middleweight champion, and another one being Josh Silveira in this tournament. What was kind of the thought process with you and your team about which, avenue to go down, this year?
I mean, it was really my decision at the end of the day. I mean, I talked to my coaches, my manager and stuff about it, but it was my decision, and I wanted to do the tournament, and at the end of the day, if me and Josh have to fight each other, so be it. We're going to be getting paid for it. We beat the shit out of each other in the gym all the time, so might as well get paid for it anyways. And at the end of the day, we're friends. But this is business, and I want to be champion. He wants to be champion too. So at the end of the day, if we have to fight each other, it is what it is.
Yeah, that makes sense. And you being a former Bellator guy, what have you made of the transition in the last year? And were you sad to see Bellator go?
Yeah, this is like it's a hard question to answer because the name went, but they're still keeping around the fighters. They're still keeping like a separate format away from the tournament. So it's essentially like Bellator's still there, and they just changed the name. So, you know, it's sad to see the brand itself go, but it's the fighters are there, the platform's still there, everything else is still there. And I mean, I love Bellator. You know, I was a huge fan of Bellator, and I don't think it's going to change at all with PFL.
Gotcha. And, you know, somebody that you have history with in this tournament is Aaron Jeffery. You know, how excited are you to possibly get that win back?
Bro, I was hoping I got him first round. But I didn't. But there's a possibility still I'll be able to get him some point in this tournament. And I just can't wait. I'm not one to make excuses. I made sure that I didn't put any excuses out after that fight. I haven't made any excuses since. You know what I mean? And I'm not going to make any excuses for the last fight. But just know if we fight again, it's going to go completely different. And everybody will know that shit was a fluke. Instead of me having to make excuses for myself, they'll know at the end of the day. The second fight, if we get to fight again, it's going to be such an ass whooping that there's not going to be any question at all about the first one.
All right, there you have it. Certainly a potential chance at redemption with Aaron Jeffery. Fight fans, you can catch Dalton Rosta in action this April at Universal Studios in Orlando, Florida. Get your tickets now. Thanks again for your time, Dalton, and good luck in the tournament.
Yes, sir, man. I appreciate you. Have a good one.
Appreciate your time.